Okay, so yesterday I told you like what are the five main, elements that make food taste good. Today I'll give you the actual ingredients you can implement in your meal to make it 10 times better. So, whether you're cooking or you're just mixing ingredients, maybe like raw, if you have like some beans or shit and you're making some salad, there are things like three main things I would like to talk about, which are the saltiness, fattiness, and acidity. Those are like the easiest way, like the easiest things to implement. There is also umami and sweetness. I will talk also about them. About them. And so the first one is saltiness. Obviously, like add salt. Okay, there is. It's very simple. Um, to enhance the fattiness, I will advise to use some kind of olive oil. Usually, like if you're eating a salad or some even some piece of meat or something, usually drizzle some olive oil on top of it, and this is kind of the default um, condiment of everything. Like add salt and olive oil. That's pretty basic, okay? But this is like really really good, okay? Like makes the meal very very good. If you're sorry, either if you're eating mozzarella or if you're eating a salad or even pizza, bro. Like if you add some olive oil on top of the pizza, it's great. Anything you are eating, if you're cooking, like add some salt. Maybe it is missing some, okay? And there is also acidity. You can add some lemon juice, okay? On top of any meal you're cooking, like literally you are eating some chicken and rice. Add some lemon. Trust me, it's gonna taste way better. Like you will enjoy it more. So I don't know why it's so fucking powerful this light today, but let's turn it off. No, wait, no, better. So yeah, acidity is something that really few people use. Okay, usually people stop at garnishing with some olive oil and salt, but you can go a step further just by adding some lemon juice. So I'm saying lemon juice, but you can actually use anything acidic. You can use vinegar, yogurt. Yogurt is acidic. Okay, many people don't know this. Like yogurt is a little bit acidic, so it makes for a great base if you're trying to make a deep sauce. Okay, so vinegar, yogurt, lemon juice, balsamic vinegar. I said vinegar, so it doesn't matter really. Pickled foods. Okay, any pickled like ingredient, like pickled cucumbers or anything like that. To be honest, I can't think of anything else right now for acidic, but I just gave you four acidic ingredients. You can like just add brain deadly to the salad or to the meal in general. Like anything actually is actually like great. Even on eggs, like when I make eggs, like scrambled eggs, I sometimes add some vinegar because it just makes the final like product just a little bit more enjoyable to eat. Like you want to eat more of it. So there is this thing that no usually people stop at just oil and salt. You can also use acidity to your advantage. So olive oil, salt, and acidity. So these are the main three. I will go also in on umami because maybe you are cooking something. Maybe you are cooking some stew or some stir fried food. Okay, anything really like this you can like apply this to literally anything you're cooking. If you're making baking, maybe you're baking some vegetables, some potatoes in the oven. Like you can also add it on the um. So umami for the savoriness, there are like two options that comes to my mind right now. So the first one is dried mushrooms. Okay, dried mushrooms. You may know them as like the umami sauce. Okay, and when I say umami, like, I say it again, like I mean savoriness. So if you go to the store, there are probably like dried mushrooms. You have to take like specifically the dried one. It is fine. Like I mean, even like normal mushrooms are fine. They're not very like the thing is that when you dry mushrooms, okay, it's not like you concentrate the taste. You like create more umami. So you have to take the dried mushrooms. So if you can take those, you can like add them to the stew if you're making a stew, or maybe if you like want to sprinkle some umami on your food, you can like blend them. If you have a blender, you can like make a powder out of those dried tomatoes with a mixer, okay, and you can like have this sprinkleable dried mushroom, which is really savory. So this was one thing, okay. If you want to go with an easier option, okay, maybe you are lazy, you don't want to go out and take the mushrooms for some reason, you can also use the broth powder. Okay, this is a cheeky trick I often use. Basically, you can keep it like for yourself. You don't have to tell others that you added some broth powder, because they will go like, what, you added broth powder to your chicken? Doesn't make sense. You added broth powder to your eggs? Nah, that's great. No, trust me, like, it makes it really good. Okay, broth powder is very, not only salty, okay, it is also salty, but it is very umami. Okay, well, sometimes I cook like something for my family, okay, from and they are like, oh, this is really good, but they rarely know I put some vinegar and some broth powder. Okay, broth powder is very umami, so it's if you use it, like, don't overdo it, because it is really strong at a certain point. But if you just sprinkle some on top of, maybe like on top, even on top of you know, if you're baking again, if you're baking like vegetables and potatoes, you can like sprinkle some, okay, as it was salt. Okay, be mindful of this, like, do not like use it like very much. It is strong, okay, so don't like overdo it. But yeah, if you're cooking even like something on a pan, you're like cooking some meat, maybe you want to have it more savory, you can add some broth powder. So I don't know, like, if broth powder is actually a word, you know, that powder, you can basically add it to the water, and it becomes like broth. It's maybe called bouillon, or I think broth powder, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so broth powder for umami, and for sweetness, to be honest, I don't really know. Usually, like, you want to implement sweetness with the actual food you use to cook. So maybe you want to add some, or I said cook, but you can actually like use this even if you're making salads. So maybe you just made a salad with legumes, okay, and fucking tuna. You can add some onions, okay, which are sweet, or some tomatoes, which are sweet, or some mice, you know, the white, the yellow corn, yeah. And yeah, I mean, usually vegetables are the biggest source of sweetness in cooking. I don't advise you to use sugar, because it's fucked up. But yeah, like, yeah, tomatoes are sweet, carrots are sweet, yeah, anything sweet. Also, like, onions, especially like on raw salads, are really good, because like they are also acidic, not only sweet, and they like have some acidity. So maybe like, even, I didn't tell it before, but there is there is lemon juice, vinegar, and all of that shit. There is also the ingredients you use. So also, if you use, for example, tomatoes, but even if you use just onions, you're gonna have acidity in your like meal. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, I mean, the main three things for me are the salt, olive oil, and lemon juice or vinegar. And when you're cooking something, if you want to have like a quick, you know, a quick boost and a secret ingredient, you can add some broth powder, or some like dried tomatoes. Sorry, see, oh yeah, also dried tomatoes. Dried tomatoes are actually, I didn't think about those. Like, I was about to say dried mushrooms, but I said dried tomatoes. Actually, dried tomatoes are great. Like, they are also very sweet. Okay, so maybe if you are making a soup, or for example a sauce, and you're maybe cooking it, you can, or even if you're not cooking it, again, it doesn't matter if you cook it or not, just add some dried tomatoes. You know, they are very concentrated of sweetness and umami. Not really acidity, because it's not very acid, but umami, it has a lot of it, and also sweetness. So yeah, you can use those as a quick tip to enhance the fucking flavor. Yeah, I think I went over most of the things. Yeah, I think that's it. Bye bye.